Welcome to the Rugby League Outsiders prediction video. This is the only prediction video on the internet that counts. My name's Craig.
And my name's Karl. And straight into it this week, playoffs. It's what we've been waiting for all season. I can't wait.
Yeah, whatever way you look at it, whether it's controversial in your eyes or not, Paul Rowley absolutely played a blinder and he's ended up with a home fixture, and a fully rested team. So this is an exciting round.
Yeah, I mean, the last round of Super League didn't quite live up to its hype because of some of those reasons. But yeah, it was unpredictable, wasn't it?
Okay then, so two games that we're going to talk about today. So obviously we're recording this now. We don't know what's going to happen at the RFL disciplinary, match review panel. We don't know the team news because we're trying to get this out well in advance, so that people can digest it before then and chuck their two pennies worth. So don't be giving us shit if the bloody teams are to cock.
TikTok warriors.
Yeah.
Anyway, first place to start, I suppose. Wigan and Hull KR are straight into the next round. Home field advantage, they're safe. So we're into the two fixtures that matter. So Wigan will play the lowest ranked team that goes through from these two fixtures, and Hull KR will play the second lowest ranked side. So, yeah.
Okay, so Friday night, 8 o'clock, is the first of the playoff match.
Salford versus Leigh is the first game, and you can't really call this one. This could go either way, I think. Salford, like you said, played a blinder, rested all the players through the game.
More or less.
Don't think you can say that, but they did. Rested the players. And interestingly, Paul Rowley did the same thing when he was at Leigh.
Yeah.
He did it with Leigh. He rested all his players the final week of the season before they played a playoff game against St Helens. That came up trumps for him. So the guy knows what he's doing. It's going to be interesting, this one.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I mean, listening to him on Sky before the match, and he was talking to, I think Brian Carney said, "Oh, right, they had an inquisition or something." He used a word like that.
Yeah.
And Paul Rowley was hardly an inquisition. It was just a normal process. It took 2 hours. You know what I mean? But it's just been fluffed up by the media into something more than it actually is. So,
it
worked.
It was well within his rights to do that because he got his team into that playoffs early. So, fair play to him. I've got nothing against it.
Yeah.
Made it a bit of a one-sided game for the Wigan match, but that's what it was. Leigh, on the other hand, Eric turned up with his humble pie and his shit jacket on, and they turned over St Helens, which I predicted, and you went with Saints.
No, I thought Saints were going to have a much stronger run in the playoffs, but perhaps it starts this week.
Yeah, the week before they were good, weren't they? Out of the blue, should we say, uncharacteristically good. Saints have been a bit of a downward slide, but yeah, Leigh were pretty good. They pinched it at the end. I think home field advantage certainly helped them. However, they are going to be away for the playoff.
If you put all previous performances and allegiances and all that kind of stuff, based on this year, which team would you want to win, Karl? If you was choosing with your heart,
which team would I want to win? I'd like to see a new team from this game or from the whole Super League.
From this game, yeah.
I'd like to see Salford win.
Yeah,
I think they surprise me. Whenever Salford go into a game, you don't know whether you're going to get a win, a loss. You don't know whether they're going to turn up. So Salford.
Yeah, and I think they've got a couple of players in the dream team as well, which they're clearly working hard, and their team is about to get decimated with people moving on as well.
Well, you've got to mention Mark Sneed. I don't think anybody would have guessed at the start of the season that Mark Sneed was going to make the dream team.
No,
I think everybody would have had Bevan Frenchfield, George Williams. I think he'd have been right down that pecking order. I mean, we spoke about the England halfbacks a couple of times this year. We never mentioned Mark Sneed.
No, never in contention.
But he has had a good season. He's steered that team around the pitch. Anyway, we need to get on to our predictions for this.
Right.
It's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I think because it's at home, I'm going to go Salford.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be a Salford win. And actually, if it was make a romantic pick from my heart, I think I'd want Salford to win. For whatever reason, I think I'm just a bit more invested in Salford. But genuinely looking at the team, I think they've got some absolute talent that are performing incredibly well. Some of the rugby they've played this year has just been has been phenomenal, and really attractive rugby to watch.
Yeah, when they're on form, they play good rugby, don't they?
Yeah.
They like to throw the ball around. They're a team that you like to watch when they're playing well.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
So, I agree with you. I think Salford will win this.
But do you reckon it's going to be a golden point or a convincing win?
Oh, it could be close because there's not much in these two sides.
No.
Interestingly, though, although we've both gone Salford, the run of form is with Leigh. Leigh have won 5 of the last 6 games.
Right.
Leigh have won the 3. Okay, don't count the last one. But yeah, the run of form is definitely with Leigh. But I just think home field advantage might just sway it.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive crowd, like.
Yeah.
Huge crowd.
Yeah, there's tons of Leigh fans after tickets. Yeah, I think. Could we see it sold out?
Possibly. This is what I was.
I don't think
thinking.
I've ever seen the AJ Bell sold out, but it could well be a sellout. That.
Yeah, it'll be a.
There was some sort of ticketing fiasco already gone on as well with Leigh. I don't know what happened there. They started selling tickets to wrong people or something.
Well, maybe the BBC had something to do with that. 'Cause God, their coverage of Rugby League is getting comical.
Well, they put the dream team out this week, and they had the wrong teams against the wrong players. I think.
Well, Mark Sneed went back a couple of seasons. He was at freaking Hull.
Thompson was at
St Helens. What's that? 5 years ago or whatever. It's just ridiculous.
Anyway, on to the next one.
Okay, next game Saturday. This is at 5:30. Okay, so that timing, just be aware of that. Make sure you don't catch you out. Make sure you don't miss it. Okay, and we've got Warrington, who've had a blazing season, and Saints, who's really struggled.
Yeah, I mean, at the start of the season, did we think Warrington were going to turn into the team that they have? I mean, now looking back at it, it was quite obvious, wasn't it? They had a really strong side, but Warrington, I don't want to go over that old cliche, but they fall away every year, don't they? They start like a house on fire, they fall away, and then end up embarrassing themselves at the end of the year. Not this year. They've gone strong all season. I think they've learnt things from the Challenge Cup loss. I think Burgess, he's inspired the team. We know that. We've talked about it all season. And it's good to see them in such a strong position, finish 3rd in the league. And it's really them and Hull KR who sort of really come to the forefront this year, have made this Super League season really exciting.
Okay, I'm going to dive straight into this one. And I genuinely think Warrington are going to win this. I do think Saints are going to put in a massive performance. They know what to do at this end of the season, but you could argue that they should have been putting all that into practice in the last few months. But although I think they're going to be good competition for Warrington, I think Warrington are going to win this.
Yeah, I agree. I think Saints have only won 2 of the last 6. I think they're lucky to be in the playoffs, if I'm being honest with you. I think their second half of their season has been pretty terrible. Having said that, all the players are back, so they haven't got any excuses, but they didn't really perform to the highest standards against Leigh. It's not the St Helens that we've seen in previous years. That factored in with how well Warrington are playing, how well their halfbacks are. Well, they've just got strike power all over the field of Warrington this year. George Williams, he's been brilliant. He's absolutely running the show. I agree with you. I can only see a Warrington win.
Let's say there was a massive upset and one of these teams now actually went through and won the grand final, got to and won the grand final. Who do you think has got the best chance of that?
As an upset?
Yeah,
it'd be Saints would be the biggest upset.
I know it'd be the biggest upset, but is it likely?
No,
right. So who is the most likely to?
I can see Warrington in the final. I can see it's got to be Leigh or Salford.
Yeah,
probably Leigh. I'd be very shocked if they went on to win the grand final.
Yeah,
and did it. So if we look at the next stage, we'll look at who we think's going to play who. So Wigan play the lowest ranked side. So we've both gone for Salford to beat Leigh, haven't we? So it's likely, if we get it right, it's likely to be Wigan v Salford at Wigan.
Great
and it's
game.
like to be Hull KR against Warrington in the next round. If our predictions turn out to be right.
Yeah.
Those would be awesome.
Yeah,
semi-finals,
mouth-watering games,
especially Hull KR v Warrington. That one would be ace.
Okay, as always, we'd love to get your picks for this week's elimination playoffs. Who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to make it to the grand final? And also, what's your summary of the season? Now we've finished the regular season. Now we're into the playoffs. What's been your summary? I know there's a little bit of not a lot of negativity about Super League at the minute, but I mean, I think it's been a cracking season. I've really, really enjoyed it this year. All right, there's been some strange stuff going, but I'd love to know what you guys are saying. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. It's a great way of letting us know that what we're producing is good stuff and it's the things you want to listen to. And stick your comments down below. Karl, any final words?
On our Set of 6 show, which drops one day after this predictions episode, we're going to be diving into the Super League Dream Team. And we're also going to give a few different players that we may have added into that side. So, yeah, if you're a big Super League fan, tune into our Set of 6, which drops tomorrow.
Okay, until the next video, take care.